welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea Coulter. I'm a doctor of medical health kunst and homeopathy and the founder of the IOMA healing system, which you can check out in the links below. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited you're here. If you haven't watched last week's video, you definitely want to go back and watch that one, because the next few videos I'm going to do are going to be a take off of that. And it was really about what the trifecta of health is. Do you know how to take care of your health on every level? And if you don't, go back and check that one out first. But today I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the very first part of that trifecta, which is physical health, and actually how you can remove chronic and acute pain from your physical body with the right tools. There are 4 very distinct things that you need to make sure are at their optimum so that you can avoid not only chronic pain, but disease later in life. Make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to go over the biggest mistake you could be making, which most people are, when it comes to keeping yourself free of not just illness and medications, but also disease. And if you love to take control of your health in the most effective ways, holistically, make sure you ring that bell and subscribe and stick around, because every Tuesday I put out a video sharing my 35 plus years of experience in the health and wellness industry. So as an eternal optimist, I really believe that this pandemic that's going on in the world today has come about at a time when we really need to learn to step back and take stock of our health, of our wellness. How are we really taking care of ourselves? What can we do to improve our health in a greater way so that we don't succumb to this kind of thing again in the future? Now, having said that, viruses are always rolling around. It's nothing new. Mother Earth created, and they're always going to be there. However, there are ways that you can prevent yourself from succumbing to them again in the future, because truthfully, we're not really getting healthier as a species. We're not. Let's face it. We're getting sicker and sicker, not just on a physical level, but on a mental, emotional level as well. And I'm going to go into that in further videos. But today we're talking about physical health and wellness, and how you can prevent not only acute illnesses, but getting rid of chronic aches and pains and inflammation in your body in the most effective and holistic way. Did you know that 1 in 4 people today in the world has diabetes? That's a scary statistic. And diabetes is actually a precursor to cancer. Did you know that? Truthfully, our immune systems in general are really weak. We eat poorly, we are under a lot of stress, our mental emotional health is all over the map. All of these things lead us to be more susceptible to picking up viruses or bacteria or fungus or whatever. So if you have chronic pain right now, obviously looking at what's causing that chronic pain is really, really important. And I'll go into that in another video. But today we're just going to look at ways to boost up your cellular integrity, to get rid of any kind of toxic overload that could be causing that. Even if it's a physical accident or injury that caused you to have chronic pains, you can still get rid of that with the right tools. Or if it's systemic, like arthritis or fibromyalgia, again, these tools that I'm going to give you today are going to help you to start clearing that pathway so that you can lighten the load and remove a lot of the chronic pain and inflammation you may be experiencing. So as I said, it's a 4-fold system that I utilize to help rebuild the physical chemical body in my one-on-one practice, as well as in every one of my IOMA healing kits. And what that talks about is the 4 things that you really need to be attentive to in order to make sure your physical body is at its optimum. And number 1 is nutrition. Not just diet or supplements or anything like that, but really understanding the core nutritional needs of your individual body, because we are all biochemically different. We have our own genetic DNA and RNA, which again I talked about in the last video, And so finding the right nutrients for you really is going to take some investigation, because what works for me and my age and my lifestyle is going to be different than what you actually need. So I'm not an advocate of just this diet or just this specific nutritional plan. Everybody has to find what works for them. And that's what makes getting your health back on track by dint of your own effort so much more empowering, because no one can ever take that away from you. Once you find out actually what makes you feel good when you eat the right things, you're gonna wanna stick with that plan. Because honestly, gone are the days where you can just eat according to the standard North American diet, because as we're all aware, the standard North American diet is not really the healthiest. And I'm not going to get into the whole reason why it's created that way. However, there are very specific nutrients that every single physical body needs. So even though I can't go into an individual plan, I can give you the best tips for every body everywhere in the world. Because the North American standard diet depletes the body of the right nutrients. It does. Did you know that a lot of people, whether you're in an impoverished country or you're the wealthiest person in the world, you can be malnourished if you're not eating the right nutrients. If you're following what your mom made you all the time, or what comfort foods you really like, or eating based on taste and desire instead of what your body actually requires, then I guarantee your digestive system isn't functioning at its optimum, and it's creating toxicity, and you're malnourished. And when you're malnourished, your body has to get those nutrients from somewhere. And did you know most arthritis is created because your soft tissue isn't getting the vital nutrients it needs to keep firing and functioning at its optimum. And so what it's got to do, since you're not feeding it, it's going to deplete those minerals and nutrients from your bones to feed the soft tissue so you can keep going. It's amazing what the body can do to keep itself functioning, and without us even realizing the damage that we're doing to ourselves. So whether you even have noticeable digestive upsets, your digestive system may still not be firing properly if you have joint pain or aches chronically, or your feet are swollen, or you get headaches or energy slumps. There's so many other ways your body tries to get your attention to say, hey, give me some nutrients. I'm struggling here to keep it going. If that's the case, then, make sure you follow all the rules that I'm going to go over in the rest of this video. But for now, comment below and let me know. Have you ever had to use antacids? And or do you chronically use antacids so that you can eat the things that you want to eat? If that's the case, your digestive system is not firing even close to at its optimum. And if you are using them, I suggest you get my free report below on the lies that we've been fed about our digestive health. Okay, so with number one, nutrition, the basics across the board are, of course, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all those nutrients we need we can get from eating good protein sources, getting good healthy fats into our diet. One of the biggest reasons we have a chronic epidemic of arthritis and endocrine issues is because we don't have enough good fats in our body. Fats fire up the endocrine system. Also, all of those vitamins and minerals and nutrients and fiber that we need should 90% come from vegetables, not starchy carbohydrates like grains and beans and rices. Those are all fine and to some degree, and everybody needs those in various ways. My body requires very little of those. In fact, the less I eat of starchy carbohydrates, the better I feel on every level. And weirdly, I actually get aches and pains in my feet when I eat too many carbohydrates that are over-processed and too starchy. Also, yes, avoiding over-processed foods. Eating as close and whole to nature really is what we all should be doing. It's really what our body is crying for, according to many symptoms. Also, alcohol, sugars, and really dairy. Dairy is one of those things that, because it's so processed, that it's very hard on almost every body type. Now, I love my cheese just like the next person, but if you can try to minimize those or find other vegan sources of cheese would be really beneficial, especially if you're dealing with chronic inflammation and pain. Then if you can eliminate all those other things for at least 6 to 8 weeks, you'd be surprised at how incredible you start to feel. The second cardinal point is hydration. We really do need water. Our body is made up largely of water and not pop or carbonated drinks or coffee or tea or juices. Juices are horrible for kids, which I can get into in another video if you want. But what I really find amazing is how many clients I get coming in that, oh, I don't drink water. I don't like water. I hardly ever drink water. I'm like, what? I'm not a huge, I don't walk around with a glass of water all the time either, and I've had to really be attentive to making sure I'm drinking water daily because I don't always feel thirsty. But if I work out or I've been outside working or in the heat or whatever, then of course I feel thirsty, so I drink. And it's not the 6 to 8 standard glasses you need to drink. You need to find what works for your body. But what I'll say is if you're chronically dehydrated, then your body has given up asking for water and is just deteriorating itself without giving you any signs or symptoms. We often don't notice anymore when we're thirsty. And so really making yourself consciously drink water for a while is really, really important to getting your body back hydrated in the right way and getting it utilizing water in the right way. And I'm not saying go out and drink 20 glasses a day to kind of build back up. Don't do that. That can actually stress out your kidney and bladder system. So just slowly start consciously drinking a little bit all the time over the day to get yourself used to it. Get your body back in tune with what it needs. And if you don't like water, why? Ask yourself that. We need water. Water is vital to us. So if you're not liking water, there's a deeper belief structure in there why you're not willing to take care of yourself. Maybe look at that too. The third cardinal point is sleep. We all need sleep. And it's interesting because I used to sleep like a log until I hit just premenopause. Because I've always struggled with metabolic syndrome, any little thing like my endocrine system being off heading into menopause really kind of made some shifts that I hadn't been aware of. And so my sleep went completely kaput. It's taken me a year of really listening to my body, working with the right nutrients and supplements and readjusting my diet and my lifestyle so that I can get myself back on track. Sleep is really, really important, and I can't really go into a whole whack of things for sleep. I will do a video on sleep in the next few weeks, so hang around. Make sure you ring the bell and stick around. But I will say this, is if you really need some support with sleep, because sleep is vital, vital, vital. If you're not getting enough sleep, you are damaging your body because it's not getting the rest and the repair that it needs to be able to function again the next day. So if you have sleep issues, just check out my sleep kit below. It will go through all of the protocols that you need to get your sleep back on track. Because did you know that it's often poor digestion that is one of the biggest culprits to sleep issues for most people today? And then the fourth cardinal point is exercise. And I know this might sound kind of weird. However, think about it. We need to move. We need our lymphatic system to be stimulated, and the only way to do that is through movement. You know, we're not shaped like a potato. We do have limbs so that we can get around and move around, and I understand that if you're confined to a chair or a bed, it may be more difficult. However, what I'll say is this. Even if you can just make small movements in whatever way you can, is probably the best step you can take towards getting yourself moving in a bigger and better way. So no matter what your level of fitness is, find some place to start and just start. So every single day, even if it's just raising and lowering your arms, getting your arms above your head or up here actually gets your heart going. Did you know that? If you raise your arms above your heart and then you walk, you actually get your heart rate up faster than if you walk with your arms down by your side. So just starting somewhere. And if you're in really good shape, good for you. Keep up the exercise. Keep doing that as many days as you can. I try to do a workout 3 days a week. Doesn't always happen. I also have a horse. I live on a farm, so I'm always physically doing something. And I really do think that that's what keeps me feeling younger and healthier and more active, because we need to move. So find some movement to do every single day. Each of these 4 cardinal points, nutrition, hydration, exercise, and sleep, are vitally important to greater whole health, and not just greater whole health, but to actually helping your body get rid of the toxins and the crap that is causing you to have your chronic pain and inflammation, and improve your digestive health on every level. And if you don't know me by now, then you're gonna know that it's not just about the physical health, that you have to have emotional and mental well-being as well. Because truthfully, the biggest mistake that you could be making when it comes to preventing illness and disease and staying off of medication and getting rid of all that aches and pains and chronic issues is not taking responsibility for your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions in life. The more responsible you can be with these, so that you're serving yourself in your highest and best way, as well as serving others, is going to make an incredible impact in not just your health, but your life. And of course, the best way to do that is to learn how to recognize them and be attentive to them, and then steps that you can take to actually start improving them. So make sure you ring that bell, subscribe, and stick around, because I'm going to go into these in the next couple of videos. However, if you need some help right now, if you're really struggling with chronic aches and pains and emotional, mental wellness overwhelm, check out the links below and grab a free consultation with me, because I offer some free initial assessments to help maybe give you some tips to get yourself moving in the right direction, because life is too short to live it in ill health. Also, if you like this video, hit that like button, ring the bell, and subscribe, and stick around, because I don't want you to miss another one of these fun, very informative videos. Also, don't forget to check out these other videos on digestive health, because we know digestion plays a huge role when it comes to improving your overall health and wellness, as well as getting rid of those aches and pains. So if you need a little more help, go check out those videos. And remember, for the rest of this week, be authentic, be empowered, and own it completely.